Happy Saturday, sweet friends. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And today I have 3 Halloween DIYs for you all today. Today's video is a Halloween DIYs collaboration with my sweet friend Felicia at BOK Media Life. I will go into more details about her channel during the video. For this DIY, I have a clock. I have a stand from Dollar Tree that I've had for years, along with the rub-on transfer and the crow or raven. All those came from Dollar Tree. The spiders came from Amazon a couple of years ago. I have a tea light. I have some hot glue, a broomstick that came from the Habitat when they closed, and then a tumbling tower block. So I started off by taking the clock apart, and I've had this clock for over 20 years. I believe I had this when I was in the military. So I am going to hot glue the tea light to the back of the clock, where the area that holds the hands. I am going to place the tea light, the light in that area so that it'll light up. So I'm going to get that hot glued onto my clock. And then after I do that, I'm going to start to reassemble my my Halloween clock, I guess is what I'll call it. And so I'm going to hot glue the hands on, and I'm going to hot glue them for the time of 10/31 for Halloween. And then I am going to hot glue my raven or crow. I'm not really sure what that is. I guess I'll just call it a raven. So here I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. And then I'm going to take that tumbling tower block and hot glue it to the back of the raven, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of height, and then I'm going to hot glue it onto my clock. And here I am deciding that I'm going to go ahead and put the broom on first. So I'm going to go ahead and put the broom on, hot glue it, and I'm going to hot glue the raven on top of it to make it look like it's on a perch, but on a broom. The broom would be my perch, I guess. And I took that rub-on transfer from the Dollar Tree, and it had trick or treat on it, so I went ahead and cut that out. I'm going to go ahead and rub that onto the clock also. So one side I'll have trick and the other side I have or treat. The rub-on transfer is quite old, and so the trick went on fine, but the or treat did not go on all the way, but it's fine. I like the kind of rustic feel of it anyway. And then that rub-on transfer also has some spiders on it, so I cut those spiders out also. And so here I am. I have a piece of the berry picks. So what I did was I just took the berries off of it, and then I wrapped it around the raven's beak. And so you'll see me here what I'll do with that here shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and start to assemble. So I'm going to go ahead and rub on my trick and my rub-on transfers, and then I'm going to hot glue my bird or my raven to the clock. And I also have a skeleton head. I'm going to go ahead and place that. Once I have the raven hot glued, I'm going to place that skeleton head just below where I have I'm going to call it a vine, or I'm just going to call it a tree branch. And then I'm going to have the skeleton head just below that, where it touches, where it looks like the raven is actually holding the head. And then I'm going to go back and start to add my spiders and then add my lid. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it's turned out. I actually have this in our bathroom. It goes perfect with my Halloween decor in my bathroom. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. we are moving right along to our next DIY. So I have this pumpkin that came out of my $10 grab box from Michael's. So I'm going to start off by cutting out that section. I'm using my heating tool. I put the wrong attachment on it, so I ended up it didn't do like I wanted it to. So I just ended up just using this little pumpkin carving knife to cut it out, which was much easier, much faster. So I went ahead and cut that section out. And then I'm also going to take that section. I'm going to be using some rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use the rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I have some moss. I have this little pail or wagon. I'm not sure where that came from. And then I have those little figurines. Some came from Target, and I think 1 or 2 came from Target, and I think 2 came from the Habitat when they closed. And so I'm going to cut a section. I'm going to cut out that rub-on transfer area, the one that has the moon with the raven on it. I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to add it to the section of the pumpkin that I cut off of the other pumpkin. And then I'm going to hot glue that to the inside of my pumpkin. And then once I have that complete, I'm going to go ahead and start to assemble. I'm going to call these TV pumpkins. So my little TV pumpkin is what I'm going to call it. Let me just take some time out to go ahead and tell you about my friend Felicia at BOK Media Life. She is known as the Lamp Queen, and also for creating budget-friendly DIYs. You can also check her out on her second channel, BOK Media Food Freaks, where she cooks and she also taste tests different food items and gives you her honest opinion. And also on her channel, she has the Critter Cam, which I absolutely love. If that is something that you're interested in, please go ahead and check out both of her channels and subscribe. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I really do appreciate it. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates. So if that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and add my wagon to the back of the TV pumpkin. So I'm going to hot glue it down first. And then I took some of those half beads and I stacked them on one another and hot glued them all together. And then I hot glued them to my little figurine. So I have this ghost here. I believe it came from, I believe that was in the bag that I got from the Habitat. So I'm going to hot glue that inside of my wagon. And then I went ahead and added the beads to the other figurines. This little guy here came from Target a couple years ago. And then the little witch came from, I believe the witch came from the Habitat also. Yeah, it came from the Habitat also. It was in a little packet that I got. And then the little skeleton dog is from Target. So once I have all of my figurines hot glued inside of my pumpkin, I'm going to go ahead and add some moss, and then I am going to also add my some fairy lights, but I didn't add those in the video because I couldn't find them at the time, but they're in there now, so you will get to see what it looks like with the lights on at the reveal. But yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. I love the way that these all turned out. So here I'm just adding the moss, and that is going to be it for this DIY. And we are moving right along to our last DIY for today. So I have another pumpkin. I went ahead and cut a section of it out. I have some headstones that came from Target like 3 years ago. I have another tea light that I ended up not using. Some more of the Dollar Tree transfers. I have a witch that came from the Habitat when they closed their store. And then I'm also going to end up using a rat that also came in a little bag that the witch came in from the Habitat. And I'm going to use some moss, and then also I am going to use add some fairy lights, but you'll see that in the reveal. So I'm going to start off by taking that half of pumpkin that I cut out, that section of the pumpkin that I cut out, and I'm going to take that rub-on transfer and start to add it to that section of the pumpkin. And then once I have it like I want it, I am going to hot glue it to the inside of the pumpkin. So look at how cute that is. I love the way that it turned out. So that is so adorable. So here I'm just going to go ahead and start to assemble the inside of my pumpkin. So this is going to be like, it looks like a little pumpkin scenery or TV. So I have it all, that section already hot glued inside. I'm going to take this berry pick. I thought it would just give it a little pop of color. And I'm going to hot glue that to the inside of the pumpkin all the way in the back. And then once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and start to assemble the rest of my pumpkin. So I have this little witch. I'm going to go ahead and add her. I think she gives that perfect pop of color with the green. And then I have these gravestones from Target, like I said, like a couple of years ago. I believe I paid $1 for those. And then I have that little rat. So I went ahead and stuck a couple of half beads inside of that rat, just to make it easier for it to stick to the side of the pumpkin. And it actually looks a little bit creepy here once it starts to move. And then I took some of those same half beads and I hot glued them to the bottom of the headstones, just to give it some height, some variation in height. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to hot glue those to the inside of my pumpkin. And I'm going to add my moss. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I love the way that these turned out. These are actually all going to be going, these DIYs will be going in my husband's man cave so that he can decorate for Halloween. Oh, actually, he already has them already set up. But yeah, so you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. And once I put the lights inside of it, I just love the way that it turned out. So you'll see that in the reveal. You'll have to let me know what you think. And I forgot, I also added one of those Dollar Tree spiders to the side of it, like it was like crawling into the inside of the pumpkin. And that is it for today's video. I would like to thank you all for spending part of your Saturday with myself and Felicia. I hope we all give you some inspiration for some Halloween DIYs. I will have the link to Felicia's video in my description box. Please go ahead and click on the link to go ahead and continue watching her video. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.